Hi, Chris McClune here at FDIC International 2023. I'm at the FireStore booth and I'm here with James Witmer, who's going to talk to us a bit about the company that his father started. He's the CEO of the FireStore. And so, James, could you just get into a little bit about how the company got its start?
Sure, I'd love to tell that story. Yeah, honestly, very odd beginnings. We started in the restaurant equipment business. Very odd beginnings, but my dad was at the fire service from a young age, and took the wire rack shelving that he would sell into big walk-in refrigerators, and figured out a way to convert that into turnout gear storage that would enable turnout gear to dry, get the air to flow through, and prevent those steam burns. So that was the beginning of it. Yeah, from the turnout gear racks, went into actually helmet parts source. Helmetpartsource.com was the next website.
Okay.
Strictly the parts to repair a helmet. You couldn't buy a whole helmet. You couldn't buy anything else, but simply the parts to fix up a helmet. My dad was a fire chief, and he encountered brand new fire helmets in his department that were getting stripped of parts. And as he went to put them into service, he realized the helmets were missing components. Asked his firefighters, hey, what's going on here? Why are these parts missing? And they said, hey, it's really hard to get parts. No one wants to deal in these small dollar items. And so yeah, my dad started a website just strictly to sell the parts for helmets. And as the customers really adopted to it, eventually we expanded the product assortment and really built it out, eventually changing the name to the FireStore.
Okay. What are you doing? You've been CEO for a while. I think you're coming up on 10 years, if not 10 years. So what have you been doing, and what are you continuing to do to take that company that your father started and to continue to develop it into the successful company that it is?
Sure. Yeah, great question. Honestly, my dad set me up really well. He did a phenomenal job, built a really cool business. So the raw materials were there. We had some great people, and thankfully those great people are still with us. But for me, we needed to professionalize. We needed better policies and procedures. When you grow really, really fast, it's fast and loose. And in some ways we needed to tighten it up. So I focused on, just better employment practices, better policies, work better with our employees, and, even improving our customer service and all that. So yeah, it's been a lot of work to kind of take it from there, but it's been fun. And really, it was a phenomenal base of a business that my dad left me with.
So you were talking about the helmet parts, and but now we kind of can see behind us, there's a whole collection of products available now. So what are the products you have available to the fire service?
So many of our customers know us as TheFireStore.com and think of us as just an e-commerce website. But the reality is, as I said, sales team from Maine to Virginia. We have more than 40 sales reps on the road in the departments, calling on them, selling SCBA and turnout gear and all the hose and water flow equipment. So we've got everything but the truck.
All right, thanks, James. Now let's talk a little bit about what makes the FireStore unique among other distributors.
Well, the first thing I can say is our people, because they don't work for other companies, they work for us, and that is the biggest differentiator that we have. For the most part, starting in e-com and then growing and expanding into this outside sales force, it's a very opposite story for most distributors. So I think that's created some unique, a unique building platform for us to grow. Very opposite of what most have done, but it really enabled us to be more technologically savvy, and then bring that to the whole organization.
Now, do you have any stories you can share about firefighters using your products in their day-to-day routine?
Yeah, I've got a great story to tell about that. Honestly, recently heard about a situation where really customer service came to fruition, and so yeah, we can sell a lot of the product, but it's how we sell it and service it that really matters. There was a horrific accident recently, a overturned oil tanker that ended up, there was a casualty, that the gasoline spread, caught fire, homes were being taken out as well. And it was a Saturday. That fire department called up our sales reps on that Saturday and were like, look, we're worried. We're going to run out of foam. What can you do for us? And our guys snapped into action and made sure that they had all the foam that they needed to take care of that situation right away. So yeah, that was just a recent situation where our guys really stepped up and made sure that the customer had everything they needed in a moment's notice.
So we've learned a lot about how the company began, what your role has been here. Now, how about firefighters? What type of role do they play at the FireStore, and how do they contribute to your success?
Sure. Well, honestly, we're blessed to have firefighters in a ton of different capacities in the business. They're leading, many of them are out in our outside sales team. So most of our customers are being covered by a sales rep who is a firefighter themselves, so they can get to bring their real life experience, and make recommendations based on what they've actually encountered themselves. We've got, honestly, in our merchandising team, we've got firefighters in our warehouse picking orders and packing orders. We've got them all over the place. So they play a big part of the company. But not just that, we get a lot of feedback. As non-employees, we've got a great group of people that contribute great ideas to the business, help our marketing team out so that we make sure that we're talking to our customers in the right way. So yeah, very much.
Okay, great. Now we talked a little bit about your products before that you have now. Are there any in the pipeline or any other developments in the pipeline for the FireStore?
Sure. Well, honestly, we've got a phenomenal partnership with MSA, and so we're constantly on the forefront of new products with them. They've got some great new products coming out. In fact, their new gas detection, IO4, I believe it's called. We're looking forward to being able to represent that. Other than that, I mean, the G1, which has been out there and successful for a long time, constant new developments there. So really on the forefront of new technology with our partnerships, and they're a big part of it.
Can you talk about any industry relationships or collaborations that the FireStore has done within the fire industry?
Yeah, sure. Honestly, we've got a great relationship with the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Here at the show, we have a program we call the Add a Buck program. So as customers are buying from us, we're asking, hey, would you like to add $1 for the National Fallen Firefighter? So every dollar of that gets we got to write a nice check to the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation and give that to them. Additionally, it hits very close to home, but we also use our platforms to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association. And those are a couple of the partnerships that matter a lot to us.
All right, perfect. Well, James, thank you again for taking us through the history of the FireStore right up until now, talking to us, giving us that background, and talking about some of those really good, relationships that you have with these different organizations throughout the fire service. If anyone wants to get in touch with you or find out more information about the FireStore or the products that you distribute, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, hopefully by now, we've been around long enough, just add .com to the end of this FireStore and you're going to get to us. We're there. We've got our, the phones are on. We don't bury a phone number. You can call us, but obviously you can reach us on the website, and we're available 24/7 there.
All right, great. Thanks again, James. Yeah. Thanks for joining me today, taking some
Thank
time out. As I can see behind me, man, this place is bumping. So again, this has been Chris McClune at FDIC International 2023. Have a good one and stay safe.